Welcome back students to your physics class. In the last few classes we defined gravitation. We also saw what is the universal law of gravitation, which states that every object attracts every other object in this universe. And in today's class we will look at the importance of the universal law of gravitation. So why is it important? What is its significance? The gravitational force of attraction of Earth is responsible for binding all the terrestrial objects. So whatever objects are available on the surface of Earth, it is responsible. The gravitational force of attraction of Earth is responsible for holding them and binding them together. Otherwise, what will happen? All the objects will be floating or flying on the atmosphere or on the air. The gravitational force of attraction is also responsible for the occurrence of rainfall, snowfall, as well as the flow of rivers. So whatever force of attraction of Earth has on water is responsible for the flow of rivers. And it is also responsible for the revolution of our satellite moon around the Earth. And the gravitational force of attraction of the sun is responsible for the revolution of planets on the orbits around the sun. And again, the gravitational force of attraction of the sun and the moon together is responsible for the rising and falling of tides on water. This is why you see tides rising and falling in the ocean. So this is because of the gravitational force exerted by the sun and moon on the oceans which is there on the surface of the earth. I hope the importance of this law of gravitation is clear to you. In this session, we will be learning how to calculate the gravitational force between light and heavy objects. We will take three cases. In the first scenario, when two objects of mass 1 kg which are kept at a distance of 1 meter. So when two objects of mass 1 kg are 1 meter apart. In the previous sessions, we had looked at the value of the gravitational constant which was found out by the scientist Henry Cavendish, and this has a universal value which is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11, and the units are Newton meter square per kilogram square. So this is the value which we will be using for calculation. And we also know that the gravitational force is calculated using this formula G m1 m2 by r square. So it is directly proportional to the product of the masses of the objects and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So in the first case, when two objects of mass 1 kg are 1 meter apart, so we are substituting the values here. So G has a value 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. Masses m1 and m2 are 1 kg each. So into 1, and they are at a distance of 1 meter. So r square is 1 square. Okay. So we cancel this and we get the value as 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. As we are calculating the gravitational force, the unit is Newton. So when two objects of masses 1 kg each are separated by 1 meter, the gravitational force becomes equal to the value of the gravitational constant, and that is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton. It is a very small value, very minute value. That is the reason why when two objects are close to each other, they are not able to attract each other, because the value is so low that it is impossible to overcome the frictional force exerted by Earth on those objects. So when two objects are placed on the surface of Earth, let us assume that I have placed a chair and a table all over the Earth. But why they are, and we know that according to Newton, every object attracts every other object. So in that case, the chair and the table should attract each other. They should come close to each other. Why that doesn't happen is because the force exerted by them on each other is so less compared to the frictional force exerted by Earth on those objects. So it is impossible, almost impossible to overcome this frictional force, and that is the reason why they are not able to come closer to each other. I hope you understand this. Let us take the second situation where a body of 1 kg is held on the surface of Earth. An object which weighs 1 kg is just kept on the surface near to the surface of Earth. So here the mass of the object, which is given as 1 kg, mass of Earth is given to us, it's a standard value, which is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. And the radius of Earth is 6400 kilometer, which is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Why have we taken R as the radius of Earth? Because we know that if an object is placed somewhere near the surface of Earth, the distance has to be calculated from the center of the other body till the other object. So here the two objects, one is the object given and one is the second object is nothing but our Earth. So we are calculating the radius. Radius emerges from the center of the sphere till the surface. So here the distance between the object and the Earth is taken as the radius of the Earth, which is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meter. So let's calculate F. We are using the same formula. G is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. M, mass of the object is 1 kg. Mass of the Earth is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. And R is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 square. Alright. So if you just try to calculate it and reduce the value, you will be getting the value as 9.8. Just counter check it, calculate it and check it, you will be getting the value as 9.8 Newton. So this is the force exerted by Earth on this object. So compared to the previous value, you can see that this value is much greater. That is the reason why when I drop an object, in this case a chalk, it goes and falls on the surface of the Earth. Whereas the Earth is not able to come and get attracted to the object. Now let us take the third case, when both the objects are heavy. So here the first object is our Earth and the second object is Moon. So mass of Earth is the same as we took in the earlier case, 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg, and mass of Moon is given as 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg. And the distance between Earth and Moon is taken as 3.84 into 10 to the power 8 meter. So let's calculate the gravitational force exerted by these objects. 0.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 into mass of Earth into mass of Moon divided by the square of distance between Earth and Moon. So when you substitute the values and then calculate it, you will finally get 2.01 into 10 to the power 20 Newton. You can see how bigger the value is compared to the previous two values. So it is this force, this value, which is responsible for the revolution of Moon around the Earth. So I hope these concepts and the values of gravitational force are clear to you. So we saw here how to calculate the gravitational force between two objects, two very light objects, and what is the gravitational force between Earth and an object which is placed near the surface of the Earth, and gravitational force when calculated between two heavy objects. So we also saw the reason why Earth is able to pull or attract the objects towards itself, as it is of a very huge mass. I hope all these concepts are clear. So keep watching the videos, keep learning. Until we meet in the next session, take care and goodbye children.